Welcome to the first edition of Mom Jeans and Margaritas. We have made it, ladies.
We're here.
It has been a journey, and we are here to take you on another journey. Where we're going, we don't really know.
Don't have a clue.
We don't have a clue.
Much like life.
So, just to give you a little bit of insight into why we are doing this podcast, I am constantly surrounded by so many amazingly talented and hilarious women in my life. I gravitate towards comedy. Some of the funniest people I know happen just to be my lifelong friends. So during the pandemic, like most of the world, everyone started a podcast. And we had an idea for a podcast that we thought would be uplifting, funny, connecting, all of those things, and just not very serious.
Yep.
The Mom Jeans came into play because if you know anything about my journey, I own a company called Barbecue Wife here in Austin, Texas, and my husband and I are in the barbecue business. I often talk in my social media about wearing mom jeans because I am a mom of 2 little girls, and half the time I don't know what's going on, up or down, left or right, but I always seem to find the humor in wherever the day takes me. The other piece of that is I own a beverage company. We make margaritas. I have a good time drinking them, and I don't take things so seriously because I do that as my full-time job.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. So today for this first edition, I am welcoming 2 of my favorite people on the planet. This has been so much time in the making. We have gone back and forth on trying to get this date together for how long now?
Months.
3-4 months. And it's just a
That's
true
long.
testament to our crazy lives that we can't get it together. And on this Friday, October 1st,
Here we are.
2021,
Here we are.
we are here, everybody.
We are here.
This might be the first, it might be the last, but we're going to entertain the hell out of you today.
Yeah.
Or we're going to get drunk doing it.
Either way.
So, first, I'd like to introduce you to my in-studio guest who is in person because she gives a damn. Her name is Amanda Smith, which I like to call her by her maiden name as well, Amanda Bird Smith, because we go way, way back.
We go way.
Bird lady.
Yes.
Bird lady.
Bird lady.
She is a power woman in a huge, important role. And she is a mom of 2 adorable boys, which she's going to tell you a little bit more about that. So, Amanda, I don't know if your work knows you're here or not, but you can tell everybody a little bit about what you do if you want to. You don't have to.
Yes, they do know I'm here. Just, since I'm on company time, Volcan Tequila. Shout out to you. Yeah.
Vulcan Tequila.
Uh-huh.
It is delightful. We are drinking it today.
We are. I run marketing for the South Central Division of Moet Hennessy, which sounds
Very specific.
very specific. So we have some fantastic brands like Veuve Clicquot, Volcan Tequila, Dom Perignon,
Super
Belvedere
fancy.
Vodka, all the things, half of which you can get still. Most of them you cannot because, much like us, people started drinking
Yes.
during this pandemic.
I have heard the champagne is running low.
She's not flowing.
I don't understand
She
this.
is not flowing.
Can you
People
explain
really stocked up on it. And the supply is not meeting the demand currently.
So job security.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Fingers
okay.
crossed, unless they move to robots soon, which is kind of what I've become.
So no chance of sponsorship from the Champagne region.
No,
Okay,
but
got
Volcan
it.
Tequila
Got it.
is here to support you.
Okay, I'll
In
take
your
it.
endeavors. I do have 2 boys. They are 4 and 6. Is that right?
I like how you have to think
I
about
do.
it, 'cause
I have
do
to.
too.
I have to think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Drake and Landon. Drake had a second visit to the principal's office this morning, so that is how today started for
Yes.
me.
It's always a delight.
So
Happy Friday.
Yeah,
I'm
to
gonna,
everyone.
I'm gonna cheers and take a
Cheers,
sip on,
cheers,
on that
cheers to
note.
Drake and
Mhm.
cheating on his spelling test. So
Mhm.
we'll get into that a little later, but I will turn it over to our
Satellite caller.
There we go. There
Long
we go.
time listener.
Long time listener.
First time caller. We've got Whitney Slough in Dallas, Texas.
Miss Borland.
Miss Borland.
That's right.
So,
that's
Miss
right.
Borland is a very important person. She is a vice president of a very prestigious technology company. I don't know how she does it. She has 2 kids. She runs a house, and Are you really working? What has been going on?
What's going on?
It's, hello everybody. First of all, so delighted to be here on Zoom with you.
Welcome.
I am working, and I'm sure I'll have a Zoom with HR after this, but yes, I have,
Drinking on the job.
yes, User Testing is the software company, and I am a regional VP of enterprise sales. Hello. And so I have 2 girls, 13,
Adorable.
say a prayer for me, 13 and 6, 2 girls. So, middle school is not
13.
easy.
13. We're going
Right.
to talk about that because
We're
we
gonna
are,
talk
we
about
are not
that.
quite there yet.
What a
so
time to be alive.
What a time to be alive at 13
Yeah.
and parenting a 13-year-old girl in this
We have
time.
a whole episode on 13-year-old girls and
Yes.
and all of that. So I am really excited to be here. I really like just drinking and Zooming. Sure. So I've got my beverage here of choice.
What are you
and
drinking? What
the
are you?
closest.
Are you
the
lying
closest
about
to
drinking?
No, I really am.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Because I didn't want you to be a
I
total
mean,
loser.
it is
and
Friday at
have wine later.
1:22.
Sorry, school.
Sorry.
Yeah. Will not
That's
sue
right.
us
That's
with
right.
school
Good thing that I don't have to drive to pick up the kids today, so I'm good.
It's responsible.
Yeah, that's great.
Good for
I
you.
might have to.
That's
but
fine.
that's fine.
Moving on.
We're moving on now.
Moving on.
Just a little intro into who these amazingly talented and hilarious women are in my life. I am just so blessed to have them around for constant laughs. I think we all share a sense of don't take life so seriously, phone a friend when you need them.
Yeah.
I think that's how we've all gotten past through the last year.
Yeah.
Podcasts. I want to jump right in because everybody has a freaking podcast, and I get it. And why are we here with another one? Do we really need to fill the airwaves with a whole other podcast and ramblings of life? But I feel like we're going to serve a purpose here. I feel like the ones that I tune into really have helped me get through the last year or so. And I wasn't a big podcast fan to begin with. It took me a little bit of time to really dive into it.
Are you saying podcast? Is it one word or two?
I think it's
Is that like hashtag?
Podcast.
Okay.
I have a little bit of a lisp. I have a slight lisp.
I
maybe
am not. I don't listen to them.
You don't listen to any podcast.
I don't.
Well,
Wait,
this is
what?
really
Amanda.
I don't.
Not long-time listener, first
Nothing?
caller, and all of it. So
No. Heather McMahon.
Heather McMahon.
Heather McMahon.
Listen to her podcast.
Is it like an ebook, an audio book?
No,
Is it on the
it's
Netflix?
just like it's like a. Oh God,
I know.
where to
Do
begin?
you own an Apple phone?
I
Do
do.
you-
I've listened to one
Okay.
podcast, Heather McMahon in the bath.
in the bath.
In the bath when I was alone one day.
And wasn't that delightful?
It was
She's
January
hilarious.
17th, 2020. I was alone one day.
What happened on that day for you to
I
listen
think
to a
that-
podcast?
I think the children.
That's actually Brent's birthday. Funny story.
Yeah. I think
Nobody
the
cares.
children. We're not talking
About
kindly about our husbands today. Anyways, yeah, I listened to one, but I know that there's so much information
Yeah,
out. I think
yeah.
for me, it was like it's another
thing to do.
thing to do and
Yeah,
another source
that.
of information coming at you,
I
and
get
it's
that.
a little overwhelming. You don't know where to start.
Okay. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
Well, where do you get your what is your entertainment channel? Where do you get your laughs?
My
Where do you get
friends.
your friends?
Yeah,
Yes.
my friends, really, honestly, because we're stretched so thin.
We are.
We are. I try to keep the TV off as much as possible. Not like because I'm against TV, but it's
Yeah.
just there's so much being thrown at us right now.
Noise.
Yeah. So like the kids, they're on the Netflix
Yes.
and the things of that nature. I did download the Apple TV.
Yes.
I did.
The Apple TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To watch the morning show.
I promise we're not 65 plus. Our demographic is more of a 35, 49 demo.
Uh-huh.
We're in that wheelhouse.
Well,
There's a lot of
you
ad dollars in that wheelhouse.
You talk about the podcast. What gets you going?
So I think, honestly, Whitney got me into really diving into podcasts. I've always been interested, but I was like, again, one more thing to do. When do I have time to do that? I don't
Yeah.
have time. But I do find myself driving around a lot. I spend a lot of time in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, wouldn't it be way more useful to listen
Productive.
to, yes,
Yeah.
something that might add some value to my life versus I know all the songs that I sing in the
Yeah.
car on
Yeah.
repeat. I don't need to listen to them again.
Yeah.
So I started listening to Heather McMahon's
Mhm.
Absolutely Not podcast. It's hilarious. I tend to gravitate towards the comedic shows.
Yeah,
So another one, Sibling Revelry, which is
Oh.
hard to say.
Is it Oliver Hudson and Kate?
Hudson,
Yep. Mhm.
Oliver Hudson, hilarious.
Oh, I need to listen to that one. I
They're
haven't
so
listened to that one.
funny. It's so
I love his
entertaining.
Instagram. He's
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
what I see it on their Instagram.
So he's hilarious and she's funny too. But
Yeah.
they do this whole podcast and the whole premise is, they're celebrity siblings. So they invite other celebrities and their siblings on and they all just talk about nonsense, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But it's highly entertaining. It's a complete time waster. I love it.
Okay.
So most of these things are not really adding any real information to my life. They're just distractions, which is what I like to do.
it's not
Well,
a
it's
bad
great
thing.
because like I find myself listening to it mostly when I'm doing laundry or the dishes
Mhm.
or
Yeah, don't.
stuff that I don't really want to do.
Mhm.
And so then I just have an AirPod in, just one, so I can
Just
hear if a
one.
kid
Just the one.
screams.
Just the one.
Just the
You
one
can hear
and
these
do the
screams
laundry.
in the background.
In case anyone.
Right.
I also have gotten into Joe Rogan's podcast,
Mm.
which
Yeah.
I'm not all down with everything going on there, but I enjoy that he has such a variety of guests on the show.
Mhm.
I don't have 4 hours, so a lot of them are like 3-4 hours to listen to, but I'll do like snippets of interesting people that come on. He's moved to Austin,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's floating
yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
But no, I find it very interesting, some of the thing that's going on there. It's a little more serious, but
Well,
It is more serious. I think Brene Brown too. I listen to Brene Brown's
yeah.
and she has a couple on
my
like
brother
leadership.
just sent me that. Driving up here, he just sent me that. I think if I'm going to listen to one, I think evolving into the podcast for me is kind of like goes in theme with what I'm kind of trying to do in life right now. I'm 40. We're on the back half, the best half, as I want to call it. I want, I don't want to look back and think, okay, all of our best days are behind us.
Oh, the
so-
best is yet to come, sister.
Yeah, like let's find deeper things and more meaningful things to talk
Correct,
about. So,
correct.
so that's kind of if I'm going to start the podcast journey. Then I would
I think you could start with Brene Brown on the more serious and then
Evolution.
go to Heather McMahon for your laughs and
Yeah.
giggles, and then you're good
Yeah.
for a minute.
Yeah.
But
a
it's
minute.
overwhelming. There's so many, and there's so many people every day. So I don't really ever seek them out. I feel like they seek me out.
Yeah.
Like I'll see them on some random
Right.
thing, or somebody will be talking about it on a podcast or a show, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Maybe, yeah.
So that's kind of how I dove into that world. But
Well,
as far as sitting here today, I don't
Yeah.
really know. I think I do a lot of things I'm a very creative minded person.
you are.
So I'm constantly like, oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, why not
Yeah.
do
I
it?
don't know if it serves a purpose in any way other than that it makes me happy. So that's why I think the conversation started between the three of us
Mhm.
going like, hey, wouldn't this be funny just to sit down and see what happens? Like,
Yeah, but you go for it. You're
Some
one of the
days.
few people that I know in life that
Some
actually go
days.
for it. You do. You go for it.
half of the time I'm just like spinning my wheels going, what am I
Yeah,
doing?
But you're still doing. You're out there and you're giving it all you got.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Some
Not
days.
every day is fun. Believe me, there's a lot of crying. There's crying in baseball.
Uh-huh.
There is.
Uh-huh.
It happens, but I feel like we're all just doing the best we can to keep each other on track. And
Yep.
it's all about surrounding yourself with the right people
Correct.
that add that joy to your life
Yep.
and getting the ones out that don't.
Yeah.
It's really
Oh,
that simple
mm.
because
Boundaries.
you don't have enough bandwidth for all of it.
Boundaries.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's what
Okay.
my therapist
Okay,
says.
so we have established that we're all in therapy and that we're all here excited to
Boundaries.
add hopefully something to your day that can make you go, wow, okay, there's other crazy women out there just like me.
All three of you that are
Trying to-
listening, we appreciate
yes,
it.
thank you
you.
for tuning
Thank
thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you.
Oh, my
Really.
apologies.
Uh-huh.
Spending time
And we
with
need a
us.
theme song at some point because I was like, if somebody is out there and can write us a jingle,
Yeah.
a nice little jingle like
Oh.
a Wayne's World.
I'm really good
Yes.
at jingles actually, so maybe I'll
I
take a
don't
step.
know about
You want a jingle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom Jeans
Mhm.
Margaritas.
I'm actually an excellent scatter.
Okay.
I think you know that
Oh,
about
yes.
me.
Well,
Yeah.
you
What is-
are
wait.
very musically talented, and we'll get to
Obviously.
that. That might be its own show.
It could be. It could be.
If anybody's out there listening, we've
for
got
each
a
other. Yes.
shining star in our presence. She is a karaoke queen.
Well,
That's right.
that's you, doll.
No,
That's you, doll.
no, I'm a pretend. I'm a fake. I just hide behind the
Thank you for
yeah,
coming
the
out,
echo,
everybody.
the echo feature in the karaoke. That's it.
Well,
That's all I can do.
You pull it off.
I try.
Sorry,
I try.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Can you say that again?
I think that did someone say Alexa?
Oh, there's an Alexa in the room. Oh, okay.
That's anyone who's actually has that name.
Honestly, that's every conversation I'm trying to have where I'm like, the kids just come in and they think they run the joint. It actually is funny.
It was
Right?
funny.
Works out.
We're finding
It works
that,
out.
Alexa,
I'm like
thanks
in a
for joining.
conversation. I'm like, then they set a timer like, Mom, I'm not going to bed yet. Alexa, set a tent, and then
Oh my gosh, Emma does that too.
See, I haven't gotten into the Alexa because I'm one of those conspiracy
They're
therapists.
tapping in. They're
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, theorists.
Oh,
that's
they
going,
100% are.
yes, they're listening. Which my phone already listens
Yeah,
to me when you
yeah.
put
Right,
on
your phone
social
does.
media feed and everything is
Yeah.
on there that you just
Yeah.
butt plugs.
Oh,
They pop up.
but-
You know, whatever you're talking about at home, it
That's
always
right.
pops up.
That's
So
what I'm talking about.
we're gonna dive into a little bit about being the mom side of this equation of the Mom Jeans and Margaritas.
Let's
So
do it.
we've had a heck of a year. We were just
Ooh.
touching on this whole school situation back and forth and where we are. And here we are. We're back in school.
Yep.
My kids are back full time. We actually moved schools this year. Amanda, your kids are full time in school. So are Whitney's.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going?
Praise the
ladies?
Lord.
Praise
God,
the Lord.
glory,
Praise
amen.
Jesus.
know.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, amen.
I mean, I feel like I'm super lucky. I feel like I almost have what's it called? Survivor's guilt, because my kids were in person all year last year and they were in
Yes, you were
person all
lucky.
year this year.
Yes.
And I just,
So you don't need to be
Yeah.
a guest today on the show.
So I
Should
think
you.
her Zoom connection
It's
has
not-
cut out.
We've lost her signal.
We have lost
in her,
but
palace in
let's
Malibu.
not get it twisted. I did have COVID with my 5-year-old and had to quarantine with just the two of us. So I think that was punishment enough for her not being in.
Yeah, your
in
2 weeks was
Okay.
pretty much exactly the same. as-
Yeah. A year. A year of
It's the
hell.
same.
So
Tell
yeah.
us more
On
about
that
your struggles with that.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
Yes,
Whitney,
let me
your
tell you
lovely
about it. Let me tell
life
you.
that did not change.
Yeah, it's just,
That's-
what
I mean-
Netflix show did you binge watch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, mine, we're home and
Mm-hmm.
we are. I was checking daily just to make sure that my fourth grade daughter could read. I'm still not sure if we can.
We're not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we are working really hard to get caught back up this year and
Mm.
try to make sure that everybody is where they need to be. And I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I'm just happy everybody's happy. That's all that I
Just
think
happy
we
they're
have.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
they
Were you,
deserve it.
Amanda, were your kids virtual for a long time?
So Landon was not old enough to be in school yet, but he was still home, which made it fun to try to teach Drake. He was virtual for 4 months. It was pre-K 3, so luckily, he didn't know how to read yet.
Yeah.
I didn't have to teach him math.
Right.
Things of this nature that would have been very traumatizing for me personally. Not
Yes.
him.
Yes.
That's another story. So yeah, he was home, but then they went back. And, he's doing really well, except for his 2 visits to the principal's office in the last week.
Yeah, tell us more about that. That was a call this
So
morning.
that's,
you
we,
got.
we are doing pretty well on the educational front. He's
think he's
into
super smart.
math, which is interesting because it's first grade math, and I still am like 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
Get the
With-
calculator.
yeah, And today he cheated on a spelling test.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he knows what that means yet,
I
though.
think it's a sign of intelligence.
Well, you think it's just street skills.
It is.
Does
It's like,
Does
this
he
is an
know that
easy
was
way out.
wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, did anyone ever say not to do that?
Well, he knows not to cheat in sports because last week's principal visit was for slapping a kid because he got him out in kickball and the kid lied and it wasn't fair because he was cheating. So, life lessons, guys.
It's life
It's
lessons.
it's life lessons. So the principal called and I missed it. I called back and I said, "Is he sick or is he in trouble?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "I think it's the latter." And I was like, "Damn it, Drake."
Yeah.
And then, I was more mad because he had a really good week. I thought we were on a roll. And isn't that what happens as a parent? You think you're on a roll.
You think?
You think you've got it and you're clicking and you're doing it right. And then They cheat on a spelling test because they don't know how to spell wink.
And then it all goes.
And then,
Well, that is a pretty tricky word.
All goes to
could
hell
be with a
that
Q. How
quickly.
do
I
you know?
mean,
That
you spelled
quickly.
sink right.
Yeah.
It's not that hard,
Just put a W.
But here's mom trying to do 11 minus 4 and she still needs,
Hey, that is a tricky one.
Wait till you get to 4th grade math.
no.
Then you feel really intelligent.
Nope.
Like I am. Yeah. I've just handed that over to my husband. I'm
Well,
like,
mine will go to, I
you
believe it's
just
called like
have that.
Mathusium.
Mathnasium. We
Mathnasium.
go there.
Okay.
We go
Yeah.
there. We
Mhm.
are a member.
Maybe they'll sponsor the podcast.
I will
Maybe.
be.
Mathnasium, everyone. This week's.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We
And
turned
you
out all
too
right.
will turn
We've
out
got
all right.
we've got vodka sponsors and
Mathnasium
math
tutors.
tutors.
Yeah,
Mathnasium.
this is going to be a hodgepodge of a show,
Mhm.
and I'm fine with it. It's just a little bit of a SHIT show.
It
It
is. It
It
is.
is.
And mine can't spell it. Well, hopefully he'll have to cheat on his spelling test for that word.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to spell that word yet.
No.
Mm-mm.
Now, Whitney, you've got a 13-year-old, which we've touched on a little bit on that. How is that going? How is
Yeah,
that?
it's so
that
fun.
experience?
And
So
when the hormones are just raging and she's crying for no reason. And I'm just like,
Welcome to
buckle
the
up,
club.
sister. It's gonna be a roller coaster. Get used to it.
Yeah.
You're driving
Really?
around in your car, listening to podcasts, crying. Welcome to the club.
Welcome. Yeah. Yeah.
Listening to Coldplay, crying to yourself. So,
Smoking cigarettes.
I think that
With my rubber gloves on.
oh yes. And my and my hairnet.
Hairnet
And
and,
your
and a
hairnet.
bathrobe with your
Bathrobe. You're good.
leather.
You're good.
What? Mm-mm.
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 Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
She's but the good thing is I think the saving grace so far has been that she doesn't have social media or anything. So
I was
at
gonna
least we
say-
don't have that.
Yeah.
At
You're
least you
always
don't-
my go-to for advice on all these things because my oldest is 9, so we're not quite anywhere there yet. But you always are in the know about all of the device monitoring apps and things that you need to know about, and it just overwhelms me and scares the crap out of me. 'Cause
Completely.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I will not allow the social medias or anything.
Shouldn't. I mean,
But
God bless those that do, but
at a certain point, yeah, I mean, it becomes then you're ostracized. I can't say that.
it was
word
good.
either.
It was close.
As a
Oh, yeah.
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Ostrich. I believe it's pronounced ostriches.
ostrich.
Yes,
ostrich.
I believe it's pronounced
You're
ostriches.
put on the sidelines, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's what it
It's
is.
okay. It's okay.
Well, I do think that that's what happens when your mom's in software. I mean, luckily, I feel like I have that. I mean, she can't, I guess it's good or bad. It's good, but yeah, it is overwhelming if you don't know. But
So
we've
is she
got all
on
the
any
things.
of the TikToks or the
No.
Snapchats?
Snapchat or the yeah.
No,
But you still
none of
have to
her friends are
monitor.
either. So, I mean, she, eventually, a couple of her friends do, but most of her friends are not either. So that would be hard if all of them were. I don't know how I would keep her off of it, but so far so good. She's, I think that you already have enough to deal with a 13-year-old girl
Yeah.
outside social media. Holy cow, every day.
Girls are mean.
Girls are
Girls
mean.
are mean.
Girls are mean starting
mean.
early.
Early, quick.
2nd grade, it starts.
Quick.
You're like, what?
Quick. I have no envy for
Yeah,
these
you're boy mom.
for these
You
girls.
are so
Yeah.
lucky, your boy
Yeah.
mom.
They're angels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they don't swan dive off the back of couches.
Oh, no.
No. No.
It-
I
Nothing
don't
wrong.
have to
Nothing.
tell them to don't put their penis on their brother. No, it's fine. It's fine.
And then there's that stuff that I'm not even aware of.
No, or
Yes,
don't
yeah.
pull your pants down in the middle of a restaurant outside and try to pee in the grass.
That's fine.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But carry on about the girls.
That's right. Unmonitored.
Girls are lovely.
Girls.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It's a balance. It's a balance.
It is.
It is a balance. And that, I monitor her phone and everything, and I've got all the things mirrored. And the text message between 13-year-olds are extremely boring, by the way.
So
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Well, that's good.
That's
I'm
not a
glad
bad
they're
thing.
boring.
That's not a bad
It's not a
thing.
bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, it
But,
freaks me out.
Freaks me out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. But it is good that we have it. I think the 6-year-old now,
Oh, you've
she's
got
gonna
a live
be-
wire.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
you. That's all you.
Where
Oh,
did she get
yeah.
it from, do you think?
Do you think you know where that one? Gets it.
I am terrified of when she turns 13. I
It's a
am
learned
terrified.
behavior.
Yes.
Do you
I
think?
am
Maybe?
Inherited
It's just
behavior.
boarding school is
DNA.
where we
Yeah.
come. Yes, we're saving for boarding school just in case.
Just in case. Just put that
in
money
case.
away for a rainy day.
Just in case.
But tell people that might be interested in the technology, these things that you've told me about, like apps that you should know about to put on phones that help you track your
Yes.
kids'
Yeah.
usage.
Okay, so for
Because you're in the
sure.
tech world, so you need to add some value to this podcast. What the hell are we
I
doing?
will. I know. I feel like if I was there, it'd be so much better. I don't like not being with
Play
y'all.
like a
But
champion,
anyway,
Borland.
let me
No
tell you-
excuses.
Come on.
Let me tell you, there is not one app that does everything. So if your kid has an iPhone, you need to have more than one thing. Like in fact, I was telling, who was I telling, Catherine? Maybe
Me?
your sister or somebody the other
My
day, or
younger
maybe one of your
sister
friends.
who has
Yeah.
a senior in high school. It's too late. It's too
It's
late.
too late.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
she's
Yeah.
too gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Mm-mm.
ship has sailed.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
But
So
for those of us that can get ahead of it, what
Yeah.
do we need to do?
Yeah.
yes, so you need at least something like a Custudio or Bark. That's what they're called. The app They will-
Studio.
Custudio. I know it's
We'll
kind of
post
like
this in our message notes.
Please
wherever
start
that
start
is.
chatting us.
a
This is
Custudio. Yeah. Cuistido.
Oh,
So
see, I would've said
Custudio
this.
and Bark, they will monitor everything that goes on the phone. But if
Okay.
you have an iPhone, you also need to mirror it to something. And I tell parents that all the time because
To like
iPhones
your laptop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have all of her. You have to mirror their phone because the Barks and the Custudios only do so much. Like they won't get the text messages on Apple because Apple thinks security and privacy are important.
Oh.
So I don't know. They won't let you look at that. So you have to mirror the phone to something. And it amazes me, y'all, how many parents don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's astounding to me how many parents are just like, no, they're fine. They don't know.
They're like, I trust
You know
them.
what? I'm like,
Oh,
what?
You can't trust
Can
them.
you imagine? Like we've had this conversation so many times. If we had this technology, like
I wouldn't have a job.
I would not have a
No.
job. I wouldn't be married. I'd be in a ditch somewhere. I don't know
No.
what I would be doing.
I
because
probably would have met someone online and I would be
I would
sex
have a
trafficked
a
somewhere.
30-year-old.
Exactly.
I mean, there's just it gives me anxiety. It
Yeah.
didn't even exist, and it still gives me
As it
anxiety
should.
thinking about
Yeah.
like if I had the option to have Facebook, because I was on the tail. I was just in my career, like
When
right
the
out of
MySpace
college.
hit. When the MySpace
when
hit.
MySpace, and I never had MySpace because I was like, I don't know. So I didn't get Facebook until I actually moved from Houston to Austin right before I got married. Is when I first got on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
I
so
first
I have
got
no
on
even digital
MySpace.
history.
No,
before
no.
that
You were
time. It's
on-
amazing.
You were on MySpace before. I think I got on MySpace in 2006, and then I became a single mom shortly after that. What happened?
Was there a
Collaboration.
connection? Was there a connection?
What happened?
There was a
See?
connection.
I mean, like,
What's that?
just had if I would have just had that option in college, I'm like, how many times do you think you
No.
would have been like, oh, this would be so much fun to take a picture of and post for
We would,
everybody to
we
see
would
right
look
now? Look
like
at this."
trolls.
Like, no, ma'am. So it terrifies me because it's just too much temptation. Like,
Well, and
everything
it's
at
so
that
much
time.
pressure
Like,
on
you
them
expect
because
that
they're
they can
seeing it.
control
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah,
They
hell
can't
yeah.
control themselves. They don't even have
We
the
can't
self-
control
No.
ourselves. We have a
Right.
podcast about
not even
drinking and
formed
being
yet.
a mom. What is that about?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't control themselves.
They
And the
don't.
fact that we are giving them all this access and then expecting them to self-monitor and
Yeah.
self-control. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. No.
Or
So,
no better.
if anybody has all the answers, please call in now.
Dial
We'll take our
in,
next
Dial
caller.
in all two. I believe
Oh.
we have 2 listeners still.
Yeah.
2?
Oh,
No, we
two.
lost one.
We lost
Just
one.
the
Oh, they
one.
hung up.
Just one. Alexa's still here.
She's
Alexa?
the one
Oh,
listener.
one's asleep. Need to wake her up.
She's
One's
the
asleep.
one. She's the one
I think
listener.
she might have left as
She,
well. now.
she fell asleep.
She fell asleep.
She's in
Her
sleep mode.
batteries ran out.
Well, let's
So we're talking about, kids back to school, trying to get back to some normalcy. But I mean, there's no normalcy. We know that. Like,
Mm-mm.
that's not happening. But what about getting back to work? Apparently, Miss Borland never left.
I mean,
life.
she is
Hers-
Well,
just-
no. I left the in-person, right?
Okay,
Because I was
yes.
traveling all over the
Let's
place.
talk about your
Yes.
job, what you were doing pre-pandemic. You were traveling a lot. Like, you
All
were on a
the
plane a few times a week, right?
I made highest tier of American Airlines and Southwest in the same year and got a companion pass for Brent. Like crazy travel. And so that stopped, which I love.
So you
I
were in
love
first class
I love
with
sipping champagne.
mhm.
There's
Or
no more
whatever.
champagne.
There's no more champagne, Miss
No more
Berglund. I hate to
champagne.
warn you. You're drinking
It's backed
Prosecco.
up.
And there is a difference. For
It's
my
the
one
wine
listener,
and-
there is a big difference.
You were drinking Prosecco.
I would- Yes. And so, going from not traveling all the time to not traveling at all was probably the only bright spot for me out of COVID.
Really?
But it went all Zoom. So on Zoom all
It's miserable.
But you look
It's
good.
miserable.
long,
You look
all
good.
day long.
Yeah.
You do look good.
Before I was always working from home, but we never had our cameras on.
Neither did we.
Yeah. Why do we have to have
Neither
our
did
cameras?
And now
Right.
it's like
Why
camera
can't we just
on
have
all
a-
the time.
Why can't it just be a conference call? Why do you
No,
have to
I tell
see
my
someone's
team,
face?
that if you're not having a call with a customer, all of our internal meetings, I'm like, turn your camera off if you need a
Nobody
break. Because
wants
I
to
turn
look
mine
at
off.
you.
I need a break.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, we did calls,
Call.
but I have to
phone.
feel so in my face and it's
Yeah.
constant with the people. We're over
Yeah.
zoomed. We're over
They're
zoomed.
zoomed.
We need to zoom out.
And you're really looking at yourself more than you're looking at everybody
I don't
else.
know what to do
are.
with
Nobody-
my
That's
hands
hard.
or my
Nobody-
eyes. I'm the one that's like this.
Yeah. Are you making the
Mhm.
weird faces
I
that
never-
you make under your mask?
I
but now
never,
you make 'em
yeah,
in
I never
person?
turn it on.
Yeah.
I never turn it on. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So I had the luxury of not, because I am in the barbecue restaurant business.
Mhm,
So I did.
Yeah,
not
but
have
you're
to
also
do
in the
Zoom.
restaurant business. So tell us about that.
Well, that went in the shitter. If you have a oh, that was the first.
Oops.
cuss-
It's all right.
cuss
Let's
word of
take
the
a
day.
drink,
So
take a sip.
yeah, no, let's
Your
take a
method
drink
for
on
me.
the-
Your
all
method.
of
Take a
you
drink.
that are in the restaurant business and you're
Mhm.
still hanging on.
God bless you.
God
bless you.
me.
Hard working people.
Yeah, that was a
Best thing that came
fun-
out of that, Catherine, was
That
that
was-
now you can get alcohol to go when you pick up your food.
There are a lot of shining stars that came out of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was something I don't want to repeat ever again in my life.
Mhm.
It took a lot of years off of my life.
Mhm,
I'm feeling a little older, a little slower, but we survived and we came out the other side okay. So I feel like we're going to be all right.
I
We live
think
in
so.
a really amazing city. So for those of you that don't know, and if I didn't say, we're here in Austin, Texas, which is a booming metropolis of a city right now.
Yes.
You
Emerging.
cannot afford to buy a home here, so do not move here.
Mm-mm. High growth city. Emerging.
High growth city, but it's a lot of fun. But with that, there was a lot of not fun stuff that came out of being a restaurant operator owner in the pandemic and trying to navigate that and navigate your employees. And we've got we have 3 restaurants here in Austin and about 107 employees that we were responsible for. So that is a lot of weight on your shoulders, my
Yeah.
husband's shoulders, just trying to keep it all together.
Yeah.
So,
Wasn't just about y'all.
no,
You
it's
had other
not.
people to
That's
worry
that's
about.
the thing that keeps you up at night is like how many families you're responsible for
Yeah.
and how
Mhm.
many working parts that go into the equation of keeping it all afloat and how are we going to keep. I think the key was like you couldn't look too far out. I mean, like
Yeah.
if you know me, I made a lot of jokes about it. I mean, I was doing a lot of things I've never done before, like building back-end systems for online
I was
ordering.
about to say, y'all had to like flip it, pivot
We had
to
to flip our
digital
model.
ordering.
Yeah, I mean, we're not a normal restaurant. So restaurants are hard enough, but what we do in Austin is craft style barbecue. So if you don't know what that crazy world is, it is a 24-hour a day, 6-day a week cooking process that's going on. So
Yeah.
at all times, there's somebody
Smoking
behind
some
a
meats.
yeah, smoking meats behind a fire, and we do it out in the elements. It's not all enclosed indoors and all fun and
Hashtag winter storm.
safe winter storm. We'll get to
Winter
that.
storm.
Yeah,
Mm.
we went through the winter
Mhm.
storm, but yeah, there was a lot of things that we had to do because our service model is traditionally you go up fast casual kind of order meat market style at a counter, people cut your meat and you go. Well, here we go. We have to shut our restaurant down completely. We had to learn how to do a to-go business and not just to-go where people walk in, but curbside to-go where that's running 2 businesses under one roof.
Umbrella.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
super hard, but I mean, everybody did what they had to do. We rolled up our sleeves. We went into survival mode and
Yeah.
just didn't sleep. And just every single day we're going, okay, we're going to make it. This is what we're going to do. And I think everybody's a little bit stronger, a little bit older, a little bit
Wiser. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have a better sense of humor for it. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of great things that came out of it as far as having to be at home a little bit more with family. I think that's an overarching theme where people are very thankful for the amount of time that they had to spend with family.
After the fact, yes.
After the
Yeah.
fact, hindsight.
Yeah,
There was
hindsight.
some slowing down. And I know I've been very conscious coming back into our school year of not overbooking ourselves.
Mhm.
Like I felt pre-pandemic with my home life with my kids, we were stretched really thin,
Overextended, yeah.
overextended between work, between all the extracurricular
Yep.
activities. Like I'm like, yes, you want to do ballet, you want to do gymnastics, you want to do
Soccer,
kickball, you
put
want
it
to
in
do
the
soccer.
mix.
Let's do it all in one
Mhm.
week. Nobody's going to be a professional ballerina. I'm sorry. I just don't have anyone in my household that's going to make it the
Not
cut.
that. No.
So I've learned how to limit things and go like, this is all
What
we can
limit did you
handle.
put on it? Did you put, I remember us talking about this when they had soccer. I was like, Catherine, why do they have 3 things? What did you say,
So
girls, you have to
stupid.
pick 2? Or
I
what
did
you?
for this first semester because we just, like I said, transitioned into a new school environment. I wanted them to get used to the new school, just going back in person, all of that. But also selfishly, my husband and I are big football fans. So on the weekends, we like to watch football games. And I was like,
100%.
we're not doing anything. There's a Saturday game in the fall. So
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to stick to that as long as I can. I know I won't be able to forever. So right now I limit it to 2 activities a week for both of them. My oldest is doing gymnastics, and then we have her actually in a math program because she's really smart in math, and we're trying to help her out on that path. That's very responsible of me.
Yes, it is.
And then my youngest is doing gymnastics, and she wanted to take a hip hop class, which
You
Oh,
cannot say
there
no
we
to.
go.
we could not say no to, but we quickly found out that the class that she was supposed to be in was full, and they put her in the advanced class,
Uh-oh.
Nailed it.
hip hop 2.
Nailed
No,
it.
no, she
Older
came
girls.
out crying
Oh,
in tears
no.
because she was with all 5th graders
Nope.
trying to
Oh.
keep up with the hip hop, and she could not. So we had to move her into a creative arts
They
dance
should have
class.
just let her freestyle.
She wouldn't
Okay.
go back. She was
Okay.
like, "Mom, I can't.
Oh,
hang.
yeah.
I cannot hang." She's in 3rd grade, so that's a big
Emma took her first dance class and came out bawling, crying. It was just like a test class. Like, hey, go in, see what you like. If you like it, she'd been begging us to put her in dance. She came out bawling.
Yeah.
I mean, held it together until she walked outside the door and then lost her marbles. And
Poor
I said,
baby.
what is wrong? And she's, the teacher didn't want to see my special mood. Okay.
Shine.
This
Let her
is the Emma
shine.
show. And if you don't want a front row seat, she wants nothing to do with you.
I mean,
It's her show.
let her live.
Yeah.
Let her
mean,
live.
this is how you find out who they are.
Yeah.
You just put them in these
Yeah.
things, and you know
Yeah.
real quick what they are and who they're going to be.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't take a lot. That's
It's pretty
amazing.
hilarious along the way. I have to
Yeah,
say.
it is. Well, and the amount of money that you spend
yeah.
on these things that they end up hating. You're like, I paid $300 for you to do
No.
that. You're going to this.
Mine
damn
didn't even
class.
have the opportunity. So the boys didn't each get to pick one thing. Drake did baseball in the spring,
Okay.
and then Landon is now in baseball, and Drake is the coach,
Oh,
aka he goes to the practices
yeah.
and he plays with them, helps them out for about 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and then he goes over to the park. To me,
Yep.
that's putting him in an activity.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, he was gonna play flag football at the YMCA, but that was another night a week and another game on the weekend.
Yes.
And then it becomes 5 nights a week between a
And-
4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
No, ma'am.
No.
I know. I have some of these friends that do the club sports all year. I'm not going to get into a conversation about that. But yes, it's a commitment. It's like 5 nights a week. Then you're doing these games, and the whole family is consumed. in it,
Always.
and
And then you're
I'm too
separated
selfish
because
for that.
somebody's got to take him. And you know what? I am too selfish for that. But are we?
Are we?
Or are we really?
Are we doing them a service?
Are we
Are we
thinking?
helping
Yes.
Are we
Yes.
helping them because we're in not so bad of a mood?
Yeah.
That's
No, for
right.
sure.
You know, if I'm trying to send an email and I got to have one of them at practice, and then I'm pissed off, there it is, because
yep.
he's not really doing anything wrong, but I'm still getting emails. And
Yeah.
it's like at some point in time,
There's some give.
we gotta shut
Yeah.
one of it
Yeah.
down. And
Yeah.
it's not shut him down so I can work more, but it's like take that stress off yourself.
Right?
Sit home. They got homework. Sit home and do that with them.
Yes.
You
A lot
know?
of homework. I'm
They
doing
have
a
so
lot of
much
homework these days. I'm not enjoying that. I
Ladies,
don't get
it's
it.
a full-time job.
It's a
Just
full-time job.
managing their schedules.
Yes.
I know.
And so that goes back to, I mean, we're all working.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to have a flexible schedule because we own our own businesses, and there's a lot of things that I can do to go, no, I'm not
Right.
going to do this today and I'm going to do that. But it's tough.
It's
I
tough.
mean, juggling it all. And
I think when I go back to traveling, whenever that is,
Yeah.
if they're going to go into like shock, I don't know. They're going to
yeah,
have
because it's been a
time with
while. You've been grounded.
Yeah.
all of 2020 and all of 2021. So if it comes back, if travel starts to
Well, that's
happen.
interesting too. So do you think that, I mean, corporate America is finding out that there's not as much need for the travel? I mean, you
don't
guys have been operating just fine, right? So do you think the travel will be less when it comes back?
I mean, I think it's all about evening the playing field. So if our competitors are out there meeting these
Oh,
people in person, then we're going to want to be out there meeting these people in person. Right now,
Yeah.
the playing field's pretty equal because our clients aren't seeing anyone in person. Everyone's on Zoom. But I think it's more about, because in sales anyway,
Start
I
stepping it
feel
up,
like,
going back
yeah,
to the
but it
strip
also
bars.
depends on, where the
Steak
people are.
dinners.
I feel like everyone's moved. I feel like everyone's like working from home now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're not even in an office for us to go visit.
A
I
lot
don't
of
know.
think everybody's in the same boat too. Like
Nobody wants to go back.
nobody. Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, it was
Nobody wants to go back.
no. And you've realized what do? We're tired of the Zooms,
Yeah.
but we're kind of like shell shocked to go out. Like, got to really talk ourselves into going back out there.
Well, even in our social life, and I think this is a topic like where how I feel like everybody's gotten a little bit socially awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we were all
100%.
home and really embraced being
Yeah.
home. And now, like, when somebody's like, hey, do you want to go to dinner this week? And I'm like,
No, I do
don't
not.
really want to.
No,
No,
I've got
No.
a Dateline coming on at
Yeah,
8
I mean,
that I've been waiting for all week.
yeah.
And
My
I will.
husband last night, he texted me. He's so nice. He's like, "Hey, do y'all want to come meet me for dinner?" Because he was out somewhere, and I was like, "No, I just went to
No.
HEB with
That
these
sounds
2
awful.
children, and that is
No,
enough
that-
outing for me.
no.
No, I'm gonna go home now.
It's scary because I have
But I
found
like going out. I don't know what happened.
I enjoyed it too, but I've also noticed people are having a hard time, I think, being out because people are kind of not, especially I think those that don't have kids.
Yeah,
I've
Mhm.
noticed just a lot of more looks. Now,
people are assholes.
my
is what
my
it is.
children are
Yeah.
assholes. I'm well aware of that. But, a kid runs by your table. You don't have to stand up and scream at us. And it makes me very uncomfortable because I'm
Yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
feeling like I'm having to overcompensate for them or overcorrect instead
Yeah.
of just letting them be kids,
You can't relax.
Yeah,
You
no,
can't
Yeah.
relax
it's
because
hard.
I
you're
can't
worried.
relax. Yeah, Whitney, what were you saying? You can't,
Oh, I just
right?
said you can't relax because you're worried about them. And honestly, I have to admit though, I was a little jealous of the people who didn't have kids right when the pandemic hit, because I'm like, wow, you're learning French
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're baking your bread.
Yeah.
time in your spare time with all this
Yeah.
free time that you have.
Okay.
At least when it initially hit, it was March and it was like beautiful weather
Yeah.
outside. So it was lovely. We were outside. We did the whole like, let's paint rocks and go leave them around the neighborhood.
You know what? We did that bullshit too.
We did that. And it was lovely. And now I look at a rock and I'm like,
I'm going to throw it at
F
your
you.
head.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so
We
funny.
built cubbies. I say we, I
Yeah.
did not. JR did,
Mhm.
my husband, because Landon was just learning to not take his pacifier anymore.
Yes.
And he would walk up to his school with it and then he would put it in his cubby. So JR built cubbies. We had a whole, school
Yeah.
situation set up. I made it a week.
Yeah.
I made it
Oh,
a
wow.
week
Yeah.
before I was screaming in a pillow. Because you
Yeah.
thought, I'm going to do this. And then you went, when the hell are they going to go back?
Yeah. There's a lot of really random purchases that
A
went on
lot
during the
of things. A
pandemic.
lot of
I
things.
bought some weird things on Amazon.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Who didn't?
I don't know. I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're
But I feel like now when we go out, we had a company trip in August and it was optional if we wanted to travel, but I feel like 90% of the people were just, it was like caged animals
Yeah.
that got let
But
out.
you set free. Yeah.
yeah.
They were just,
Yeah.
it was just wild,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It was wild.
I know.
They don't know how to act anymore. And I think maybe they're overly excited.
everybody's excited when you actually see people, like when I see you guys and I'm excited to see you, I
It's the
I can
getting
feel
there.
myself
Yeah.
like getting excited.
It's the
Shane will
getting
do that.
there.
My husband, when we're out, we'll go meet a couple for dinner, and I just start, and he's like, "She doesn't get out."
She
Oh my
does.
God. Like, and he's just like, "Holy crap! What did you do some crank today?
No,
What is
not today. Not
happening?"
today.
Like,
I ran out of
but
that
I get
during the
excited when I
pandemic.
see people I really enjoy being around that
Yeah.
I don't get to see all the time. I'm just out of my element. I'm so excited.
But it's the getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting your mind
Getting
like,
there, getting
okay,
dressed.
let me shower and
Yeah.
I forgot how to put eyeliner
Yeah.
on, you know.
Yeah,
Just
it's all the things, just getting dressed.
it
And
is. But hey, here we are.
here we are.
We're
dressed
here.
kind of.
We're here.
And
We're
looking
here.
good.
We
and
look
drinking,
good.
and
We're drinking. We're having
talking,
fun,
and
and
hopefully
you know,
adding
some-
something to our
or
two listeners' lives
that you
today.
can relate to. We know
Yes.
everybody can relate to this, right? We
Yes.
all went through it.
We are. We're all in the same boat. And I promise not every show is going to be about the pandemic, because I
No.
feel like this is the ground floor and it's only up from here.
Yeah.
But it
We're
is
gonna-
kind of like how this podcast came about, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it's kind of the foundation of like, I don't know, Mom Jeans and Margaritas, even though it was before the podcast really.
Well,
I remember
was like,
about this in May, right? In
Uh-huh.
2020.
I was like, we should do it. And this was like when Zoom first started and everybody was excited about it. I was like, we could do Zoom
We did a
happy
Zoom
hour.
happy hour.
Well,
We
we did
did
one with
one.
our friends.
Yeah.
But I was like, we could do this every week. Zoom happy hour, Mom Jeans and Margaritas. And then I did like 5 Zooms with people, and I was like, I don't want to do that
I'm
anymore.
over it because there's too many people and you can't talk. Like, remember when we had all of the
Yes.
girls together? It's like, you
But-
can't even hear what people are saying.
Yeah.
And then everybody just stops talking and just
Drinks.
looks weird.
Yeah.
has
And
that
we're
weird-
just like,
I gotta go now. I
Yeah.
hear my mom's calling.
yeah, get out of the room.
I gotta go. But
That's the last thing I'd want to do now is a Zoom happy hour.
100%.
right?
yeah. Oh yeah, no.
100%.
In-person happy hour. I remember at Whitney, you did that. Like that was a big thing where your company as a company activity, it was actually pretty smart. So they hired a mixologist company out of New York, and they sent the kit
Yeah.
to all of the members.
Yeah.
And then they all got on Zoom and all like they taught them how to make drinks and then sit there and drink. But it was such a I was actually listening as Whitney was participating in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was
because
such
I was in College Station with
yes,
her.
we were there
Yeah.
for a football game, and she was like, "I gotta get on this thing. I gotta make these drinks." And I was like, "What are you
For
doing? I don't
technology?
understand." And then I sat there and listened to it. It was such a like scene out of The Office. Like it was
It
so
was.
amazing.
That's
'cause you're like
amazing.
making drinks and like it was just bizarre. But
It
that was the
was.
bizarre
Because you're
world
with
that we were
customers,
in.
because it wasn't like an internal thing, it was a customer thing. So then you've
Yeah.
got
It was like
like-
a customer engagement
Yeah,
thing because there's
yeah.
nothing else to do. But I also was astounded. It was like, what, $200 a head
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the company paid?
Yeah.
To sit, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Why don't I have cocktail kits? Why aren't
So
and we
much.
probably
Wow.
did. We probably
so
did.
crazy.
I feel like and on a company level, we probably did 500 of those.
See, and there's so many of those businesses that came out
Not
of
even-
COVID
They came out of that,
like,
yeah.
But now, is there a place for them? Like, because I feel like now people are like,
I don't know where.
I've got a wine tasting next Friday.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
come.
so-
I'm gonna.
Won't you
dial
be
in.
with us next Friday?
Oh yeah.
Aren't you going to be?
It's actually the Friday after. I think.
Oh,
but
convenient.
Right.
How
You're
convenient.
supposed to come to the football game.
Got
You gotta-
football
I am
games.
coming. Alabama. Go
Yeah,
gig 'em at peace.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know and those that don't care, we all went to Texas A&M
Whoop.
together.
Whoop.
It's
Yep.
a gig 'em and a whoop.
Living in Austin.
Super strong,
Under an Aggie
super
disguise.
strong football team.
Yeah, we are
Yep.
looking lovely.
It's our year.
Shh, don't get into that football debate over here.
You're
Don't
right.
bring your football hate on my show.
You
It's
know
not
what
hate.
Layla
It's
does?
disappointment.
No,
It's
I'm not-
disappointment.
I'm gonna get all the schools like calling our 2 callers.
Yeah, they're
I don't
listening.
know where
I'm
they-
sure they're
I don't know
listening.
where
Yeah.
they went to school.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's all this hate for colors and what they're wearing.
Layla has started. Every time she hears a cuss word, she collects $1, and so she makes a lot of money during Aggie games.
In your house.
See, that's
she made
good.
like $9. last
efficient, smart,
Right.
entrepreneur spirit.
Smart kid.
Yeah.
time. What
Yeah.
can I do?
So Amanda is in the alcoholic beverage business, and she's in town this week because we had this lovely little festival that we put together in Austin called Austin City Limits ACL Fest. It just so happens to be kicking off today in Austin.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a big shindig at the Hotel Zaza.
Shout out Hotel Zaza.
Hotel Zaza is a lovely hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They are providing free rooms for this show for all guests that
No.
fly in.
You can get me fired.
And Amanda, are you going to go out to the fest or no?
I am not. I
Okay.
was very excited about a one Stevie Nicks.
I know.
That would have brought me
Oh,
out.
cool.
I was
That-
thriving
Are you
on that.
staying? Are you staying the night tonight, Amanda? Or are you
I have
headed
been
back?
here since Wednesday at
Oh,
shout
it's
out
time to
Hotel
go.
Zaza.
You give us those
we
free
have
rooms
a-
for our guests.
They didn't even. I've
No.
spent more money on this hotel
Okay.
room. Yeah.
Well, maybe
mhm.
we need a refund.
Well, not yet.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
great stay.
We'll circle back to that.
We'll circle back, but we are doing a big Belvedere vodka takeover there at the Hotel Zaza.
I love it.
And hopefully some of the fine folks heading out to the festival will stop on by
Yes.
to enjoy some libations,
Drink the vodka.
drinks, the vodkas and the things.
Not the champagnes, though.
Can't drink that. I mean, you can. They got it, but
It's expensive.
they gonna run out.
Yeah, they gonna run
They
out.
gonna run
girl.
out.
They
Don't-
gonna run
Don't
out.
come calling me. Sorry.
Don't have it. Nope.
We have lovely other alternatives
Yes.
for you.
Let's talk about
Thanks
those.
so much. Yes,
Yeah.
thanks. So no, I am not going to the festival.
Okay, well, it's raining possibly today later. George Strait is playing tonight.
Do
the
love me
King.
some King George
I love the
though.
King
I do
George.
too.
The rest of the lineups, because I am a 44-year-old female who does not
Have
know
no
what
idea
the heck
who
is
they are.
going on
Not even a
anymore.
clue.
I don't know.
Not even.
But
a
I did
clue.
buy tickets for Sunday for Stevie Nicks. Stevie, if you are listening,
Yeah,
I'm glad that you canceled.
I'm
because I
sure
want
that
you to be
she's
safe.
listening.
You're a national treasure.
you are a national treasure.
But I am not agreeing with the swap out of Duran Duran for Stevie Nicks. But
Oh,
that's neither here nor there.
sorry, Duran.
So-
we know you're listening.
I know you're listening.
Live.
I love you. But
Uh-huh.
okay. So ACL Fest is happening in our lovely city of Austin. There's lots of other festivals that go on in the city. It makes it a really great place to be.
Yeah,
You guys visit a lot.
yeah.
You need to visit more.
Austin Food and Wine. Are you doing Austin,
Austin
Food and Wine?
Food and Wine is my favorite
Yeah.
Austin event ever. Like
Okay.
it's the one that I try to promote to people that will listen to me
Yeah.
ever to go and attend, buy the ticket. The thing that I love the most about it, it's a day drinking event.
That's all
my-
we need.
That's
That's
my
what you do.
jam.
That's-
it
Oh, yeah.
starts
That's-
at
yeah.
like noon and it ends at 5. It's a hard stop at 5.
Okay.
You have people falling over.
You
You have
leave.
people holding hair because they are had
You're
too
in bed.
much of the
You're
red
in. You're in
wines.
bed by Dateline.
But it's a wonderful festival. It's
Yeah.
more about the drinking than it is the food.
Do you do? Did you do the barbecues out
we
there?
we do the barbecue wife. They did not do the festival last year because of COVID. It's happening November 6th weekend here in Austin.
Is Style Switch going to be out there?
Style Switch is going to be out there, and the Switch. Both of our restaurants are going to be out there.
That's
We're doing
great.
the Fire Pit, which is the live fire cooking area.
Mm.
And so they'll bring a selection of meats that they
Mm.
will smoke.
Assorted meats.
Assorted meats.
Yes.
Come and have some meats.
Are they sweaty meats?
They are not sweating. They are lovely.
They're
lovely,
smoky
just like
meats.
you. They are
They're
smoky.
buttery meats.
Got it.
Smoky
Got it.
meats. But it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And I mean, day drinking versus night drinking. Day
Mm-mm.
drinking
Oh, day.
all day.
I'm too
all day.
tired. I'm too
I'm too
tired.
tired.
We need
too.
our sleeps. We talked about this earlier.
Yes, we talked about the most important thing in our life right now, which is sleep.
It is. I need I need a solid 8 hours. I'm not a 4-hour person that can just get up and go.
Nope.
Nope.
no,
I
no.
need 8
I
hours.
never get 8 hours. Do you,
You
get
never
8
get
hours?
8 hours?
You stay up late because you'll text me at like, if anybody texts me past 8 p.m., I do not get it until
Neither
the
do
next
I.
morning.
Wait, hold
I
on.
text
What
at
time do you
11
go to bed?
o'clock.
I mean,
I'm like,
what time do you
what?
go to bed?
I go to
And
bed.
what
I
time do you
go
go to
in. I have my bath. I have my
Okay.
nightly bath. I melatonin myself around 8:15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, get into the bath. Then I cozy up into bed, either watch Schitt's Creek or Dateline.
Mhm.
Okay. Also,
Depending.
can I say Larry David is a good bedtime show right before bed?
What is Larry David?
Oh, Curb
Oh,
Your
Curb Your
Enthusiasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you need to mix it up with
I
shit,
like to watch something funny before bed.
Me too.
Dateline doesn't bother me before bed, but I can't get into these really like
Oh,
serial killer
Documentaries.
documentaries on Netflix because then I'm convinced they're outside.
yep.
Hey, fight
True,
me, prove me
true,
otherwise.
True.
Right.
So yeah, curl up in bed, and I usually
So you literally get in bed at probably 9 o'clock?
at least
I
by
get
by
in bed
9.
at like 8:30.
Yeah,
I am lights out by
Yeah.
9.
I don't even take my melly.
Melly.
Wow.
How old are we? What's happening?
Wow.
I guess
Next
that gives
week's
it away
show.
that I also
Whitney
melly my
back.
kids. So that's why we call it melly, because they
Okay.
like it.
He drug
Yeah.
your kids.
Sleepy time
We're
spray.
going to talk about
Emma's
drugging our
like,
kids.
I need my
next
melly.
show.
I need my
Yeah.
melly. I'm
Sleepy
like,
time spray.
So I don't even take that until 10:30. Wow, I need to
10:30.
change that.
What time do you wake up?
6.
Oh, that's not enough sleep.
Not at all.
I wake up at 6. If I don't go to bed if I'm not asleep by 9, it's not okay.
I already counted in my
I
head.
don't know how many hours
Every
that is.
night
It's too many, but-
before I go, I'm like, all right, it's 9:40. If I'm asleep by 10
Yeah,
and I'm
I'll
up and I'll calculate it. It's the same pretty much every night.
And I'll get anxiety if I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna get enough
major
sleep. I'm not gonna get
anxiety.
enough
Yeah,
sleep.
it's ridiculous. It's pathetic. Why do
Yeah.
we do that?
Because we're old, man.
And you don't even take your melly till 10:30.
So see, advertisers, there's a lot of potential
Lot of
here.
Oh my
potential.
gosh. Yeah, I have to do laundry after the
Melatonin.
kids go to bed.
But you're working from home, right?
I am, but I'm on Zoom all day.
Yeah, that's a lot. There's something else going on here. We'll dive into that
I
next
You
feel
need to
like
help-
there's something
help
you're
me.
not
Help
telling
me.
us.
Yeah.
We're going to get
more.
into this, but we've got to wrap this one up.
do
because
we?
We're like hitting a whole hour.
Oh, we need our
jib
lightning.
jabbing.
We need our
We
lightning
are.
round.
We have some lightning round questions
Okay.
that we're going to just, I guess, go around the round table here.
Okay.
Amanda, if
Yes.
you dumped out your purse right now, what would you find?
Okay. A mask, pills, a
Pills.
random sock,
Yeah.
more pills,
Yeah.
a disintegrated crayon from some random restaurant that's also stuck to my purse,
Yes.
and some monster trucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boys.
Boys.
I really want to go get my purse because I don't even know.
Exactly. It's a fun
We
Probably
might
game.
not want to
surprise.
know what's in your purse. I'm gonna ask you a different question, Whitney. Who are you listening to right now? Because music is a big part of this journey of happiness.
And love.
Live, love, slide.
So,
What
you
is it?
know what? I am really been lately, it's been all country for me.
Yeah.
really?
I'm on a vibe too.
Like what kind of, what genre? What, yeah?
I mean, you would probably think
90s
it's
country?
modern because you hate on me for the modern countries.
Oh, like new country?
like
No.
Jason Aldean and
No.
Luke
No.
Bryan.
That's
and
nice.
I shouldn't say no. They might be listening.
I saw
Y'all are
Winona
lovely.
live at the Heights Theater last
You
weekend.
did.
Fiery little cracker. I tell you, better than ever.
That's a great story.
It was
That
good.
And you
family.
know, Blake Shelton just released a new song yesterday.
Blake Shelton, I like. Yeah.
I like
Oh,
him.
that was.
You don't like him?
I don't not like him. I'm more of a Texas country gal.
Yes, I'm more of
Yeah.
a Texas country as well. Yeah.
I do have a good Yellowstone playlist that I like.
Oh yeah, that's
And
coming
it's
back
it's
around.
a lot of good country. It's
Fun.
not the new.
Fun fact: Whitney was Beth Dutton for Halloween last year.
How original.
I am that's my heart.
She was a good Beth Dutton.
I bet you were.
She was lovely.
I bet you were.
And her husband was Rip.
Bet you were, honey.
Rip. That's coming
Live.
back out. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about. I think we kind of went over some of the.
Wait, what are
things.
you listening to? Little iPod
Me?
music? Yeah.
Oh, well, right now I'm listening to Olivia Rodrigo
Oh.
because
Oh,
I'm
that's
taking my
right.
girls to their very first concert tomorrow night. We're
Yep.
going to see Olivia Rodrigo at the ACL live taping.
Oh my gosh, my girls would be so jealous if they knew
They are
that.
so excited up until the point where I had to get them COVID tested,
Yeah.
and they ramrodded the COVID test in their brains
Right on up
yesterday,
their
and that
nose.
was not fun. At the
Yep.
pediatrician's office. Thank you, pediatrician. I won't say your name.
Shout out.
Oh.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, they will not ever go to a concert again after that. But
Oh,
thank you. We're going to go to
no.
one. It's going to be magical. Thank
Mhm.
you. So Olivia Rodrigo, which I did not know, Taylor Swift has written a bunch of her songs, and if you listen to them, they sound a lot like Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift has made a ton of money off of her songs.
She needed
because
it.
of
She
that.
was hurting.
She was hurting real
She
bad.
was
Oh
hurting.
yeah,
real bad.
I hurt.
Bless her heart.
But I'm excited. I did not know this though. There is an explicit album, and then there's a clean album.
Oh, I could see that.
I did not know. So when I first put on my Spotify play Olivia Rodrigo,
explicit.
the other one, and I was like, oh, why do we have to say that word?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay.
By the way, when your kids do get a phone, there's a way to make sure that they only get clean
See,
music. Because Layla gets frustrated all the time. Can I listen to it on your phone? I'm like, why do you want to listen to it on my
See, and you
phone?
need to share these things.
Yes.
That's why we're here,
Right.
Whitney. Share your knowledge.
We don't need to hear the.
Okay, couple more because I think we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
What's the last show that you binged watch?
Clickbait.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Clickbait.
It's good.
Is that good? Is that good?
Adrienne Grenier.
It wasn't bad, but
I'm not
it wasn't one that you were just like, wow, that was
Yeah.
the best 8 hours of my life.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you watched all 8
Okay.
hours all.
Not at once, within a couple
Yeah.
of days. And the morning show. I just said I
Morning show.
downloaded the Apple TVs
So good.
to watch the George Bush 9/11 documentary.
Okay, that's
That's-
uplifting.
It was really uplifting and powerful.
Uh-huh.
But then I went into the morning show,
I love it.
and it was fantastic.
It's so good.
It was fantastic.
It's
so
good.
good. Yeah.
There's
and
another
I just
one on
watched.
Apple called, is it Truth?
I just started that yesterday
So good.
with
Wait, which one is
Kate
that?
Hudson's in the second
in
one.
the second one, Truth. It's about she does a podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Why am
she's
I
the-
blanking on her name?
Yep. Now you made me
I
blank
know.
on her name.
She's fantastic,
Yes.
and I'm blanking. But yes, Truth. I just started
Octavia
it.
Spencer.
Octavia Spencer. Yeah,
It's wonderful. Apple TV. Watch that.
go for it.
Okay.
Okay, I need to watch
and
that. You need to watch 9 Perfect Strangers
9 Perfect Strangers.
with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, I watched that. That was weird.
I
had
liked
to kind
it.
of fast forward it. It's a lot about
Oh
taking
gosh,
mushrooms.
you're such a
and tripping.
pansy.
What? No, it's weird.
No, it's good.
Well,
You'll like
it was good, but Nicole Kidman with the Russian accent was a little.
Oh, where they go to like
off-putting.
the rehab place?
Yes,
It's
it's like
Frank
find
Hill.
themselves kind
Oh,
of
okay.
situated, but they
It's
they end
good.
up microdosing mushrooms the whole time.
Oh,
Should
yeah, I
we go
can't wait.
somewhere and do
It's
that?
like maybe our
No?
next.
I think that we
podcast
need
would
to
be
do
at
that.
this place.
It's all
Probably don't
about
make it
getting
out.
better.
I feel like I've already been there. I don't need to.
Been there, done that. No.
No, you haven't. No.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up because
Okay.
it sounds like we're going.
We should
over
probably-
the hour. Not that we could make this a 4
No,
hour
we
podcast.
should probably end on mushrooms.
Ending on
that
mushrooms.
sounds like a
Nicole
solid.
Kidman. Yeah.
ending
Yeah.
on microdosing mushrooms.
That
today.
sounds like about where we're at.
Is there a
in life.
specific company we could reach out for that
I
sponsorship?
don't know. Tweet us.
Probably the
Tweet
Duke.
us on Facebook. Tweet us on Facebook
Tweet
and
us out.
slide into our DMs and let us know.
at momjeans. HTTP.
Hashtag.
Oh, we do need. I was like, we need a hashtag. Mom Jeans and Margaritas. You have to spell it out. Mom
Yeah, you can't.
Jeans and
Do you know?
A-N-D.
I didn't know what the and sign was called one day, and my friend
Ampersand.
Tina goes, "Oh, I
Ampersand?
love that with the ampersand," and it was my wedding invitation. I
Yeah.
said, "What are you saying?" And she goes,
Speaking.
"The and sign," and I was like, "Why couldn't you just say that?"
Oh, because that's not what
I
it's
was 35.
There's a proper name for it. Oh, I'm glad you learned.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
So thank you for letting us waste an hour of your life. Hopefully
You're
are
still
better.
here.
You're better for it. Alexa had left a while ago.
She did. She did.
She'll be back.
Uh-huh.
We'll have her back.
They
She'll be a
always
guest
are.
next
If you're
week.
driving, I hope you haven't fallen asleep.
Yeah, I know. I hope we're like not falling asleep. That's the worst when you listen to something. You're like, this sucks.
But is it though? Crystal listens to Joel Osteen to fall asleep.
Oh,
Powerful
can-
message.
but people are driving usually when they're listening to podcasts, right?
I don't
You're
know.
not laying down in a bed.
Are doing laundry or doing the dishes,
Nobody
honey?
does that but you.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sure you'll
I
be
would say on a
listening to this.
treadmill, but I would be lying.
Lying on elliptical.
Full of lies.
I'm on the elliptical, Andre.
So thank you. I want
Mm-hmm.
to thank first of all the one person that actually made it here, Amanda. I'd
You're
like to
welcome.
Thank you for
So
actually
amazing,
taking the time
Amanda.
to make it here
No problem.
in person and not
So
on
good.
I don't
You're
know what
so
to do with
good.
my hands.
call.
but
Feel
yes.
Whitney, thank you for zooming in. You're lovely.
From my kitchen.
You're lovely. I look
get to-
forward to seeing you next weekend.
Get to get on with your life. We're gonna all see each other next weekend for a
Mhm.
football game. That's
Mhm.
gonna be magical.
Magic.
Hopefully we will be doing these again. If
Fun
not,
times.
just play this on repeat.
Good times. Good
Mm.
times.
Hotel Zaza, tell them that
Shout
you
out.
get a free room if you mention Mom Jeans
And margaritas.
and
ampersand.
margaritas. And go
Ampersand.
buy the Zaza Not that you're going to hear this weekend, but
Go buy the Zaza
and
in
drink
general.
some Belvedere vodka.
Go buy the Zaza and drink some Volcon or some Woodinville, but go buy Styles Switch or the
Yeah.
Switch.
Right.
Yeah, come eat some
3
barbecue
locations.
so we can pay for our podcast.
Pick up some Margarita mix or
Yep.
some Bloody Mary mix. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that.
Just all fun things.
All good things.
All
Good
fun
things. Good times.
Okay, we're signing off from Austin, Texas. This is Catherine Stiles,
Amanda Bird Smith.
And Whitney Slough.
and that's a wrap.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it.